Maddie, Plant-Based Food Association. Why do we need a Plant-Based Food Association?
Oh, great question. One of our key roles in the industry is to defend our members' rights to use common sense and clear labeling terms like meat, milk, and eggs on their packaging. Seems pretty straightforward.
You would think so.
You would, yeah, but there's many in the industry who would kind of want to limit our members' rights to use those terms because it adds an extra barrier to plant-based foods. This is a really explosive industry. It's growing really fast. And there are some people who are uncomfortable with that growth. So one of our main efforts is to help just make a fair and competitive marketplace defend the legislation that is best for the members.
I mean, that's makes a lot of sense. Plant-based milk, plant-based meat. There's all sorts of different plant-based. So I mean, people are kind of like the Capulets and Montagues on that.
Yeah. Well, so plant-based has been around for a really long time, 20, maybe even 30 years, but it's really hit its stride in the past, 3 to 5 years, as we've seen. So the market is just explosive, and consumers are really seeking these products out, and we know that for a fact. And so they're already used to the way that plant-based companies are labeling their products, right? If we want to search for plant-based milk, we go and search for plant-based milk. We don't go search for plant-based oat juice or something like that, right? I mean, that sounds pretty gross.
Yeah, I don't want oat juice.
Right?
Fine,
Me either. So that's what we're really trying to defend is the labeling terms that we're already used to as consumers and that we are seeking.
Yeah, and what projects are you working on right now?
Yeah, so we kind of take three major key stances for the industry. So we have our policy work, which I've mentioned, and then we also do a lot of marketplace work. So within the marketplace work, we work to kind of study the size and growth of the industry, study consumers, where are they hoping to see plant-based products merchandised, and then we advise retailers on where to merchandise those products and help make some of those B2B connections that help you to find those plant-based products in the aisle. And then lastly, we kind of, as an association, do some of the basic membership things like networking and just helping people connect with each other and get the products on the shelves.
Yeah, and speaking of connection, IFT, there's a lot of plant-based leaders right now. Why is it important for so many plant-based leaders to be in one, massive room?
Yeah, this isn't a plant-based conference, but I think you've kind of alluded to something that I'm finding at the conference.
There's a lot of plant-based.
It's everywhere. And like every booth, I actually went to a booth this morning and I walked up and it was, they were doing protein solutions and they looked at me and they said, a disclaimer, if you're looking for plant-based proteins, we don't do that. And I said, oh, why did you get that disclaimer? And the guy said, everybody's asking about plant-based and we don't have it. And it was just like he was left out of the club. So to get to your point of your question though, it's important for us all to come together because this is where the magic really happens. We're all in a post-COVID era with Zoom and everything. And, as great as Zoom is, these in-person connections are where the really cool stuff happens. Yeah,
you're a real person. I can see you.
I know, right?
Yeah. I mean, you have crab cake breath, and I have hot sauce breath. It's fine.
It's a good combo.
I snuck that in there. Yeah. No. IFT. There's a lot of things to be excited about. Is there anything that gets you excited now for future food tech coming up?
Oh, wow. I mean, really the innovation I've seen at this show has been incredible, especially in regards to plant-based. Speaking of, I just went and tried a crab cake and I was like blown away at how good it was. Yeah. And they were really just showcasing how good these products are becoming and how fantastic these ingredient companies are at providing the solutions that the industry needs. So for me, I'm excited that all these suppliers are coming together to really address issues that we've seen in plant-based with, flavor masking or, mouthfeel. And then now we just get to have all these awesome plant-based food manufacturers take it and get creative. Yeah. And we're going to really see some awesome stuff come out of the marketplace here pretty soon.
That's great, from plant-based crab cakes to milks and people calling out why they don't have plant-based. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course, my pleasure.